Hi there. Welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Last time we spent a good few minutes completely stumped about what to do, but I figured it out eventually. By hook or by crook. And now we have an advantage because I know exactly what to present here. To prove that the victim was investigating the SS Grouse on the 31st of October, I just have to show the passport, which shows that he was in fact at least at the port of Dunkirk on France at the time of when he was maybe murdered, or at least when he was investigating at any rate.
Take that!
What's this? A passport for travel issued to the victim. Dated the 31st of October. What are you suggesting? I'm suggesting that just one day before the inspector's body was discovered, there's a distinct possibility that he wasn't even in the country. Ugh. And Cosmo looked really flummoxed by that one. Order! Order! This document is for passage to France. It does appear to have been officially authorized. The day before the SS Grouse arrived at Dover, it docked on the northern coast of France for a night. According to my father, who was on board, at the port of Dunkirk. Dunkirk, France. What could possibly have taken the victim there? I'm impressed, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I certainly didn't expect you to get your hands on that passport. Whoa. So he knew that already? You mean, you knew about this? The prosecution strategy for this trial has been laid down by the Crown Prosecution Office. On the day before the incident, the victim was investigating contraband dealing at a London club. That's the outcome of Scotland Yard's investigations, and the line that the prosecution has been asked to follow. But personally, I don't agree. I think the prosecutor's office is trying to hide something. Oh wow, that's pretty sneaky and sus. What? And now that you've expertly disproven their assertion, I intend to reveal what I believe that something to be. What are you playing at, Prosecutor Isogi? A courtroom is a forum for the truth, my lord. Which is why it's my duty to present all the facts, without exception. Let me guess. This was your intention from the outset, wasn't it? The reason Inspector Gregson secretly made his way to the steamship docked in France on the day in question was to carry out a mission for the Reaper. Oh my. We're going right into that Reaper business. My. And the music's changing just to fit it. The Reaper? Oh shit. Now we got the double, or triple gavel slam. My goodness. Order! Order. What on earth are you saying, counsel? The prosecution made an assertion in court yesterday. Inspector Gregson was investigating the identity of the Reaper. When he discovered the location of the man's secret hideout, he was killed. As I'm sure everyone can imagine, by the Reaper's hand. But in reality, the truth is the opposite of that. What? Inspector Gregson wasn't investigating the Reaper at all. He was, in fact, acting for the Reaper. So, you're saying the mission he was undertaking was, obviously, an assassination. Damn. Cosmo's just fucking laying out all the theories and all the facts bare. But also, I thought you seem pretty determined to, make Barack look guilty, but well, now you're making Gregson look pretty sus right now. Barrett Van Zeeks never carried out any of the actual killings. Whenever the Reaper's victims lost their lives, he always had a cast-iron alibi, which tells us that he must have had an accomplice. Oh, you're saying that he is... Okay, so you're claiming the Brock is still the Reaper. I mean, okay, fair enough. And you claim that was Inspector Gregson. Hold it. What the hell do you think you're saying, eh? My boss would have never done nothing like that. And yet, when you consider all the facts, it all makes perfect sense. No! It can't be! We also arrived at the same conclusion, didn't we? That Inspector Gregson was operating as a Reaper. Even so, there's no way that the person giving him his orders was Lord Van Zeeks! No, the true Reaper is somebody else. Barack Van Zeeks is not the Reaper. A predictable response from someone who's advocating for the man. And even if it's true that Gregson was operating as an agent of the Reaper, the suggestion that he went aboard the SS Grouse on an assassination mission doesn't follow at all. Oh? You have some solid reason for doubting the assertion, do you, Counsel? Absolutely. It's very simple. On the day in question, nobody was killed aboard that steamship. I mean, yeah. You can't really do an assassination if no one died. Professor Mikotoba and Judge Shigoko were on that very ship. If someone had been assassinated, I'm certain we would have heard about it. I mean, yeah, I'm sure about that's true. Piffed! Or tuh. What's so funny? You're right, of course. No suspicious deaths were reported on board the ship. But I think perhaps you've missed the point. That's precisely why Inspector Gregson himself lost his life. What? Gregson did board the SS Grouse that night with the intention of dispatching his mark. But his mission ended in failure. Failure? It seems that the defense hasn't yet grasped a very important detail here. What are you talking about? What detail? Inspector Gina Lestrade. Eh? What? The victim's notebook that you read an excerpt from earlier. That doesn't contain details of secret investigations at all. It describes 10 years of assassinations plots to be carried out by the Reaper of the Bailey. You're lying! Even if all them bludgeons what got taken out had it coming. The boss wasn't the Reaper? Poor Gina. There is no question that Tobias Gregson was heavily involved in the Reaper's activities. You may just be an apprentice, but if you spent any time at Scotland Yard, you must have heard rumors. I ain't heard nothing. I don't believe a word of it. Then testify again, as a representative of Scotland Yard. Consider it your chance to defend your boss. I don't... I concur. The witness will give a new, formal testimony. Mr. Lestrade, you will tell the court everything you know about Inspector Gregson's secret notebook. The Reaper's notebook. Yeah, this notebook does have a load of stuff about what the Reaper got up to these past 10 years. Names of victims, dates and places and stuff. And the last entry in there was the 31st of October. It said Grouse for the place on that date, and then the name of the mark. There was a note about him being a criminal what got away from the Reaper in court 10 years ago or something like that. But honest, boss didn't do nothing of that. He was just investigating the Reaper, that's all. Aw, man. personal opinion out of your testimony, witness. We require only established fact here. This must be so hard for her. You can't deny it now, surely, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. What can't I deny? The notebook contained the name of the final mark and the location where the assassination would take place. That's information that the victim could only have known if he was working with the Reaper. Ah! So, who was to be this final mark? Go ahead, Inspector Lestrade. Read the name for the court. Read the name for the court. The name that's written alongside the entry that mentions the grouse on the 31st of October. Eh? Oh, how do you rate this then? Reading's still not her strong suit. It ain't the problem, alright, Odo. It's a funny name. It ain't English. It's hard to read. So it's something from overseas. Let me have a bash at it. Ishiro. Is it? What the? I think we know what that about. I think we know about that name. Yeah, Sashiro. Jigoku. Maybe. What? It can't be. Shishiro Jigoku? But that's Judge Jigoku. Shishiro Jigoku. Certainly not an English name. You're right.
Objection.
But that can't be right. I know Judge Jigoku, and I saw him the day before yesterday, here in London. So I know for a fact that the man hasn't been assassinated. Unless someone was impersonating him or some shit. My. As I said, the Reaper failed. Oh. Gregson missed his chance to kill his mark and return to British shores. But the Reaper wouldn't tolerate the mistake, so he killed the Inspector. Personally. The Reaper, of course, being the accused. Barrick Van Zeeks. It's an undeniably logical argument. But again, the bigger question is why was Jigoku's name on that list of marks? Kazuma, you planned for the trial to go this way all along, didn't you?
Hold it!
Oh, sorry, who's that? Oh. Okay. That's a little extra, don't you think, Mr. Van Zeeks? But then again, I suppose I shouldn't expect anything less of you at this point. Also, just gonna say, I think this would also make a fine screenshot or a thumbnail for anything, really. Pray forgive the discourtesy of filling my hallowed chalice whilst I stand accused of murder. Oh, you're still sitting next to Gina, by the way. Did you, like, push her out of the way just so you could do your fucking leg objection? My goodness. Lord Van Zeeks! The accused has no right to speak uninvited in court. You'll return to the dock. I say nothing of whether or not I'm the Reaper. That's the task of this court to decide. But there is one thing I can say unequivocally. That girl is no detective. Also, wow, it's interesting to see you. Also, it's interesting to see you from this perspective, doing your animations with the wine and stuff. Like, seeing you head on as opposed to, like, the profile shot. Eh? What? Nah, that's right. I ain't. I'm an inspector. Repeating rumors heard around the yard.
entries from a notebook of unconfirmed origin. That's not testimony. It's practically a script. No doubt the rest of this trial will go exactly as you've clearly planned.
Damn, Barak seems kind of mad.
Your hatred of me is understandable. In your mind, I'm sure I am the Reaper, who sent your father to the gallows all those years ago.
Oh dear. We're gonna be hashing out all this family drama in front of God and everyone.
But you're in danger of becoming a far more sinister Reaper yourself.
Bro, what do you mean by that?
By attempting to have me condemned with this feeble excuse for testimony.
What did you say?
Listen, Naruhodo, this is our chance.
My lord, the defense requests that the defendant be allowed to speak. He may be privy to important information relating to the testimony just given by the witness. So whose testimony are we looking at here? Gina or Barak? Also, I don't like that. I don't like that model, man. Him fucking holding the goddamn gavel like he's about to bash my fucking brains in, looking at me so contemptuously. I'm just a little boy, Lord Strongheart. Please don't hurt me.
Very well. I'll make an exception and grant the request. The defendant may remain in the witness stand for the cross-examination. And allow me to toast the court's impartiality.
Oh, sorry, God. I got like all these different voices now, and they sometimes run over. You'll have to forgive me.
Then allow me to toast the court's impartiality.
Don't raise your glass in my direction, sir. Counsel for the defense, begin the cross-examination immediately. Oh, Jesus! Okay, that was a loud slap. But, yes, let's do it. At once, my lord! Okay, so Barak's just gonna be there, listening and watching and whatnot. Let me check something real quick. No, I can go a little bit longer. We can at least do the pressing at least, and see how much time we have left.
Hold it!
In other words, it shows that Gregson was basically acting as the Reaper. Not you and all! That ain't the only explanation, is it? And you're just gonna be here, checking things out, I see. Also, just for shits and giggles.
Excuse me!
Let me... I'm never gonna have the chance to press Barak like this again, so I want to see what happens. Lord Fenseeks!
Let me guess. Is there something about the witness's last statement that troubles me? Is that what you wish to ask?
Yes, exactly. You're very perceptive.
Whereas you would appear not to be. Huh? You really need to learn how to read your fellow man, my Nipponese friend.
Read them? Or reap them? Okay, yeah, I knew that wasn't going to go anywhere, but I wanted to see what would happen.
Hold it!
Because, I mean, Barak has seen me do the same thing to so many people, so, you know, it's only fair that I give it to him, too. Okay, anyway. He could have been investigating the Reaper in secret, and that notebook said what he found out.
If I may, when originally people began referring to me as the Reaper, I didn't object. I believed the power to intimidate London's criminal classes into compliance with the law to be beneficial.
But you carried out your own investigations into the true identity of the Reaper, didn't you?
Yes, and those investigations proved conclusively that Gregson was one arm the Reaper.
One arm?
What are you on about? The Reaper's victims were all extremely shrewd criminals at the top of their game. There's simply no way one person could have taken them all on alone. The Reaper is an organization.
I do remember you saying, telling us that before, to be fair. Huh. With you at its head.
I had spies at the yard keeping me abreast of Gregson's movements, letting me know when he was elsewhere.
Spies? Jeez. I didn't know you were so, you had so many connections. I know you're a powerful prosecutor and all, but damn.
So I'd been able to check the most recent entry in his book. I knew the location.
You knew it said grouse?
Believing it to be a reference to the Gentleman's Club, I went there on the day in question to investigate. Alone.
Ah, so that's why you were at the Gentleman's Club that was known as the Grouse, and not the steamship, the Grouse. Ah, so that explains why several members of the club claimed to have seen you there.
But of course, the inspector was not there.
Because at the time, he was making his way to the steamship dock on the northern coast of France, as shown by the passport found in the victim's metal trunk. Very well then. Very well then. Back to your testimony about the contents of this notebook. Fine. Is something wrong, Mr. Naruhodo? You seemed a little shocked by something a moment ago. Oh, no, it's all right. I'm overthinking this, aren't I?
Hold it!
Names of victims, dates, places, and stuff. What in particular? Well, besides the victims' names, this other name kept cropping up. What other name was that? It's the one I told you yesterday. The same name, written over and over again. You mean Asa Shin? Or Asa Shin? Yeah, I do remember that one. Yeah, that's the one. She's a friend of yours or something, didn't she? Ugh. I wouldn't say friend would be the word in this situation. Were you even listening yesterday?
Asa Shin, the assassin.
Okay, when you say the two words back to back, that name seems a little on the nose, don't you think? What? Like, a killer, you mean?
Gregson was a tactician, the one who came up with the plan of attack.
Is Gregson really that smart? To be honest, like, he's not the smart. He never came off as like the smartest tool in the shed, you know? Could he really be planning out fucking assassination plots and whatnot?
He investigated the marks thoroughly, finding out when they would be vulnerable and who to use to get at them.
But the person actually executing his plans was someone else, you're saying? If that's true, then the Reaper does indeed start to sound like an organized group of vigilantes. Ah, and perhaps what it said in the passport document. Permission for the applicant and one additional person to travel. Could that additional person have been... clearly the assassin, who was meant to take Sashiro Togoko's life? What's with the baby slaps? Huh. Even now, I guess, you know, Ryunosuke still has his baby slaps. Gina, can you confirm that? Against the final entry that listed Grouse and Sashiro Togoko, what name was written? Oh, well, that's the only entry that didn't have a name next to it as it happens. Wait. Excusez-moi, Nani, one moment, please. If we consider that Asa Shin was in fact Giselle Brett, then I think there's a good reason why her name wouldn't be listed on that last entry. Or really, any entries in the past couple of months, I imagine. She's fucking dead, bro. What? It just had like a question mark or something there, I think. In other words, Gregson himself didn't know the identity of the assassin in that case.
But Gregson was the one making the plans, was he not?
Oh, how infuriating. Again, I don't think Asa Shin was going to be able to help him assassinate anyone, considering she's currently 6 feet under. A nameless assassin. Man, here I thought... Here I thought Gregson was going to take Gina to Paris with him. But I guess he had other plans.
Hold it!
And you're saying that the mark listed was Shishiro Jigoko? That's what it said! Funny name if you ask me. And I thought your name was odd. Like, don't be fucking racist, Gina. So pleased to have lost my crown there. Mr. Jigoko is the presiding judge of Japan's Supreme Court of Judicature. I remember the man. He came to our country as a visiting student 16 years ago.
Studying international law and diplomacy under your tutelage, Lord Strongheart.
That bearded young fellow was a very able man, I must say. Oh, even back then he had a big beard. So Lord Strongheart was Judge Jigoko's mentor. If I'm not mistaken, he returned to Japan 10 years ago now. 10 years ago? After that fateful case. Precisely. In the aftermath of the Professor case, his repatriation was organized immediately. It's a mystery why such a man would be listed in the inspector's notebook. I didn't think it was possible. But, the moods in here has got even worse now. Maybe I'll just keep talking. There was a note about him being a criminal what got away from the Reaper in court 10 years ago or something.
Hold it!
What do you mean, a criminal? Judge Jigoko is no criminal. Well, don't ask me. I don't know nothing about it. Oh, do you remember what Father told us? That Judge Jigoko did once appear in court here in Britain. It was related to the Professor, in case I'm sure. Yes, of course. You're right. Shishiro was trying to mitigate Yenshin's guilt, so he took to the stand to testify. But he got a little carried away and actually managed to break the witness stand. Yeah, I do remember that. He also said some contemptuous words about the British Empire, for which he was charged. And one day I'll land on a consistent voice for Mikotoba. One day.
It was a pitiful situation, yes. I'd forgotten all about it. But I prosecuted that trial too, as it happens.
Jeez, I guess back then you could get fucking charged just for saying mean things about Britain. Man, so much for freedom of speech.
You did? It was considered to be an adjunct to the Professor proceedings, you see. But he was acquitted after being told to make reparation for the damage caused to the stand.
Well, okay, fine. I suppose breaking the witness stand is also a crime, too. And there you have it.
Have what?
Surely the accused hasn't forgotten his own rule. That there's no saving anyone who faces the Reaper in court. Guilty or innocent alike. What? No! Are you suggesting that the reason Judge Jigoko was targeted for assassination? The man was sent back to Japan immediately after that trial. The Reaper had no time to do his work. But then, 10 years later, the mark returns to Britain once more. Perhaps now you start to see just how vindictive the Reaper is. on? It's absurd. To take someone's life for that? I mean, breaking a stand, like, and also saying mean words about the British Empire, that's a little... Is that really worth killing someone over? Isn't the whole premise of the Reaper absurd? Killing those who have been found innocent? Clearly the rules by which the man operates are beyond the sane person's comprehension. But objection from someone. Right, I've had just about enough of this. Gina? All this nonsense about the boss planning to kill people. It's cobblers. Come on, Odo. Yes? Why ain't you saying nothing? Why aren't you yelling out objection or something? Or something? What? You've got to find a flaw. You do usually. Something's lying here. No question. You've got to work out who it is. Please. For the boss. Aw, Gina. That outburst was an insult to the court and to your own testimony. I might have known that a common pickpocket from the back slums could make a detective. Oh, come on. You don't have to be that mean to Strongheart. She's going through a hard time. When this trial is over, you will forfeit your warrant card, Mr. Strayed. Is that clear? I'm at it with the lot of you. It's lies. Every beaten place you look in this world, isn't it? Well, I've had enough. Gina. So have I. After that little speech of Gina's, I've made up my mind. To do what, Mr. Naruhodo? There was one point in this cross-examination when something that was said just didn't sit right with me. One statement that seemed odd. Oh, do you mean... I'm not going to let Gina's plea for help fall on deaf ears. Geez, now I want to help Gina too. Though, I should probably, press this last statement just to be sure. I want to thank you, Gina. You helped me find my resolve. My resolve of Ryunosuke Naruhodo, the name of this chapter, if you will. Eh? What do you mean? Amongst everything we've heard during this cross-examination, there's one thing that defies explanation. One inconsistency. What? An inconsistency? Really, Odo? I don't quite know what it means yet, but... Yes, there's an inconsistency in something that was said by... Oh, wait, you want me to throw that out right now, huh? Okay, maybe I got a little ahead of myself. Because to be honest, I didn't really notice anything out of the ordinary just yet. I assumed that Barack would have something to say at some point, and then I would like press him, and he'd be like, oh, blah 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 blah, and then I would go from there, but everything seemed pretty okay to me. But I had... Oh, fuck me. Now I have to present someone. Okay, well, let's consider... Let's do process of elimination, right? Can't be Susato. She didn't have a testimony. Can't be Herlock. Can't be Iris. Can't be Mikochba. Can't be Joe Goko. He's not here. It could be Gina. Maybe Lord Strongheart. Well, it could be Strongheart. I mean, he didn't testify, but he did say some words. Brock did say some stuff. And then, yeah, none of these people said anything. Kazuma said something, but otherwise, Well, now I think about it. Again, there's that weird thing about Gregson not knowing his own assassination partner, supposedly. So, and Barack's the one who said that Gregson was the one making the tactician, if you will. So I'll throw him out, maybe?
Take that!
Of course. By you, Lord Van Zieks.
Me?
What?
What?
Your face has turned ashen. How could he know? Is that what you're thinking?
If my face has turned ashen, it's because I'm thinking, how could he?
I don't know where you're going with this, but maybe the evidence you're obviously about to show the court will clarify. In that case, the defense will present evidence to substantiate its claim. To which piece of evidence does this alleged inconsistency relate? Oh, balls. I was just kind of playing things by ear. Man, I don't know. Aw, man. This case has been real tough so far. To be honest, I have no fucking idea. Again, what Barack was saying about Gregson being the tactician who was planning the murders, that it seems odd, but the only thing that would relate to that exactly would be Gregson's notebook, which we still don't have as evidence. Why do we not have that as evidence? Why is that not in the goddamn court record? I want to see it. Let me see the goddamn notebook, you fucking assholes. Bro, I don't know. I'm just gonna throw something out there and see where it gets me.
Take that!
I had hoped not to have to present this evidence, but you leave me no choice. What do you say to this, Lord Van Zieks?
Your feelings were correct. Presenting that evidence was a mistake. I suggest you withdraw it.
Sorry. Good advice. Because you've turned decidedly ashen. Ah, arg.
I only hope the Reaper doesn't hold that against you.
Fingers crossed. I think this line of argument has run its course. I suggest you learn from your mistakes, before you make a fatal one in the eyes of the Reaper. I better listen very carefully to the testimony again. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So that's what we have to work with. It may help us that Lord Van Zieks is in the stand too. Yes, perhaps. I'm sure Gina knows nothing she hadn't already told us. There's no point trying to get more out of her. Did you notice how Cosmo reacted to Lord Van Zieks' words? When he called him an even more sinister Reaper, you mean? Well, I'm sure Cosmo intends to eliminate any shred of doubt that the man is guilty. He's looking for revenge against the person he considers to be his father's killer, after all. I do worry that if we fail to find a discrepancy in this testimony somewhere, the trial may end, and agitation won't go in our favor. Let's listen carefully again to what everybody is saying. Well, surprisingly, I didn't get a penalty for fucking up so badly, which is weird, because normally when it shows the, you know, the thing, like when it shows your badge floating over you, that's when, you know, if you make a wrong mistake when you present something, that's when you lose a heart, basically. But even though I saw it, I didn't actually lose any health, so I'm not sure what to make of it. So maybe it was on the right track with Barack being the guy who had an inconsistency. I just had the wrong evidence to present, so maybe it was being lenient in that case. But I don't know. Regardless, I'm still kind of stumped at the moment, so I'm gonna have to take a break for the time being and revisit it in the next episode. But my goodness, poor Gina, and also everything else. This is really complex and tricky stuff. But I guess it is the final case of the game, so I should expect some things to be challenging, so can't really complain in that regard. Regardless, I'm sure we'll figure something out in the next episode. Until then, though, I'll see you around.